Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having absolutely a fabulous time. Of course, I'm having a pretty darn good time casting you some of these games. And ladies and gentlemen, up in the top right-hand corner here on Yonsu, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you from IvD Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ruff. And his opponent, actually from the Netherlands, down to the bottom left-hand side of the map, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Grubby. If you're wondering, Ruff does play quite a bit on the European servers, so this is probably how they're meeting. And yeah, Ruff's mentioning he's got a lot of Flamers players. He's been playing the last couple of games, and it's a good night, and a lot of people getting some action done. So, and it's always nice to see these guys play it. Grubby's a very pleasant individual. If you watch the stream, he's actually a blast to watch. Likewise with Ruff. And looks like it's going to be a little bit of a cheeky play here out of Grubby. And again, like I said, both of these players, oh, actually I haven't said yet, but Ruff and Grubby are both known for their unorthodox play. Ruff more so. Grubby certainly has no problem playing standard, but in this particular case, it is going to be proxy gates, and this is going to be very, very challenging indeed for Ruff to be able to handle. We'll just take a quick look. I'm just going to see if the music is actually playing here, because for some reason, yeah, there is music. All right, there we go. We'll bring that back. It's just one of these maps that doesn't play the music very, very loudly. So whatever the case may be. He is going to go throw down a barracks, but he's not walling up the top of his ramp. This is going to be a huge problem for him, I think, all and all. So we'll have to keep an eye peeled on exactly what is going on. But this is going to be very, very scary indeed. And as he's going to continue on, he's got double barracks. Okay, this is going to equate things a little bit better for him. But there is this one gate, like I had mentioned. And Grubby is going to finish that one off. Now, I notice he's not two gating, actually. He's playing this somewhat conservative. He's going to throw down the Cybernetics Core first. Does he follow this up with the second gate, though? That's the question. Now, it's not like he's going straight up, all-out cheese. What he's kind of doing is he's using this as a proxy so he can get his units out faster and up and into the base. He doesn't have to make them back in his base. He can literally have them right here. But it's not affecting his build particularly all that much either. You can still see he's chrono boosting his units, still throwing down pylons. But one thing I've noticed is that as it sits right now, Ruff has not done any scouting whatsoever. And he's actually finally now sending out a scout right now. Just taking a quick peep, he's going to see that Grubby's probe has gotten all the way in here. He's taking a quick probe, and he's actually, like, as you can see, rallying all the way around. Looking to see, actually, around the 4-minute mark, whether or not if the Cybernetics Core is going to finish. About this time is when you're going to be looking for proxy pylons, but more importantly, he's going to be looking actually for proxy stargates, and that's what he's actually scouting for. So that's why he actually just ran across this. This is commonplace scouting as well. So Ruff getting a very thorough scout here. He's going to see exactly what's going on. And Stalker Zealot now popping on out, and this is why the proxy is so good, because they can hit very, very early. There's double Reaper here, though, so they can kite a lot here. Workers have been pulled off the lines here to help on out with the defense. And Grubby is going to be repelled here. He's got two Stalkers, though. Zealot is going to fall, so it's now up to the Stalkers here to try and take on the Reapers. But these SCVs are being an absolute nuisance in screwing up with the AI and their auto-targeting, so it makes kiting that much more difficult here. He's got to be very, very careful with his micro. As you can see, he's running around the one Stalker while the other one is working away onto these Reapers. But the Reapers are able to work over these Stalkers fairly well. And again, Stalker's just running for his life and in circles, as he only has 27 hit points total right now, and just waiting for the shields to recharge. The other one does fall. The double, or rather triple Reapers and a little bit of micro out of Ruff is going to keep them alive as well. And finally, some more SCV are going to get slaughtered here by Grubby. But really good play here, all and all. We do have Warp Gate is not yet started by Grubby, so I'm a little concerned. Maybe it's finished? No, it has not yet been started here. And he's now throwing down his additional gates. Come on, Grubby, you got to start that up. It's going to be as effective as you'd like to be. I don't think he's realized it just quite yet. Maybe it's like a knee-jerk reaction, but because he's been busy with his with all of his work here, he's maybe missed it. Now Pylon is going to get finished or killed off. That's going to stop production of that Stalker here. We do take a look up on the high ground here. There's still three more gates getting warped on in here. We have a Twilight Council going down as well. Again, no warp gate just quite yet. So this is, again, being a bit of a problem here for Grubby. He's going to have to now defend against this very Reaper heavy. Holy crap. This very Reaper heavy army of Ruff. And I should just point out, he is cranking them all out of double reactored barracks there. And he's, of course, grabbing both castles. Probe is going to die here. He's going to start working away on that and get a good cancel. 300 minerals are going to get returned to the bank of Grubby. Photon overcharge is going to go down. That's going to buy him a whole minute. That's all he gets is 1 minute. And yeah, he does see. I see you. And like this, you could, like I say, very unorthodox play. +1 is going to get research here as well for the Reapers. Reapers are quite strong in sufficient numbers here, but not going to be able to take on that Photon overcharge. Warp Gate has been started, and we do have Blink as well here. So Stalkers are being produced the old-fashioned slow way. That's not to say that they aren't as effective. It just means they can't warp them in very quickly. So it's not like insta units like you have with Warp Gate. Mothership Core is going to persuade these back. Of course, Reapers do not shoot into the sky. There are no Marines on the map either. So this Mothership Core will basically be left uncontested. And does have almost enough energy for another Photon Overcharge. It's going to have to wait 14 in-game seconds. Stalker's in a lot of trouble here as there's sufficient numbers of Reapers to start really working away on them. One more Stalker is going to pop on out, but is going to die. Mothership Core has arrived. Photon Overcharge is available in 2, 1. Now available if so desired by Grubby, so he's going to be able to defend at least a little while longer. Again, chrono boosting out that Twilight Council is that Blink about as fast as humanly possible. Grubby needs us ASAP. More Stalkers are in production here out of these gateways as well. More Reapers are in production here by Ruff. Certainly one base plays by both players. And Ruff identifying that he needs to be on top of this. He cannot let Grubby get ahead, and he is doing precisely that. But at the same time, Grubby with an absolutely fabulous defense here as he continues to work away on his macro, trying to get enough units out to be able to be aggressive here. Once that Blink play finishes off, though, that will give him an absolute massive advantage here. We have gates finishing on up. Warp Gate is done. Blink is now finishing, is now warping in additional units here to support them. And as you can see, just a couple of things I need to point out really quickly. Warp Gate production is faster than Gateway production, and not just but in cooldowns as well as in production time. The production time for a Stalker, as it is in a Gateway, is longer than the cooldown of a Warp Gate. So this is why a lot of Protoss really try to get to Warp Gate. If you guys are ever wondering, what's the point? Well, that's the reason why, if you can actually warp in very, very quickly here. This cooldown is now done. You can actually warp in additional units. He is going to do precisely that. But he does have a Blink, and he can blink forward if he so chooses. But he's actually going to use a Blink Micro here to keep these units together here and try to keep them alive as much as humanly possible, relying on the natural bottleneck here. And you can see a lot of these Reapers are getting slaughtered here by Grubby. He is blinking on forward progressively, killing off so many of those Reapers, and Ruff is forced to abandon the attack and now in a lot of trouble. He does have additional barracks ready to go. He is calling down mules to try to get his economy up. His third base is up and running. He's throwing down a bunker up front and personal, trying to take care of these forward pylons here, calling back all of his Reapers to do precisely that. And you can actually see Grubby is actually playing statically and defensive right now. I think he's planning on expanding of his own, and that is why he's actually allowing Ruff a little bit of a breather here. I'm stunned. He could follow this up very, very well. Mothership Core is going to come on over, going to take a quick peek and see exactly what's up. Maybe get itself a couple of SCV kills, but nope, it's going to load that one up and into the bunker. I would never have thought of that. That's a great play by Ruff. But, yeah, Grubby is going to expand on that. Identifying, okay, you know what? I won that engagement. I'm in good form. I've got my Blink Stalkers. I can now handle these Reapers. And so, really, really good play on his part. You know, just stand right on top of his game. So, we just are going to continue to watch and see how this game develops here. As the Mothership Core is going to get a fair bit of damage done, but now that there's a missile turret up and in the air, that's going to be a bit of a real problem. That's an interesting choice, actually. I think it's because Ruff identifies the fact that Grubby has the Twilight Council, and transitioning on over to DT technology is very, very easy for him to do. And so he's going to get himself a couple of missile turrets, at least one down on the mineral lines down here. That's going to dissuade the Mothership Core from doing anything too cheeky, but also is going to give him the vision he needs to be able to deal with any DT problems. Now, Reapers are going to continue to work their way around the map. When you can see, of course, those lovely jetpacks are just working away, allowing them to jump up and down those cliffs, be able to continue to really hold that map control that Grubby really kind of wants to do, and he's trying to use this Mothership Core to do precisely that. But at the very least, this Mothership Core is keeping a good tabs exactly what's going on. Get a couple more shots off here. on the Reapers. Now, Grubby is throwing down a forge as well. It needs to get those upgrades going as well. He's got a robotics facility to give him that observer. Is there any observers on the map just quite yet? No. So it might be transitioning over to Colossus Tech very, very soon. Certainly not a bad unit composition to be able to take care of. That Time Warp is going to save the Mothership Core, but that's a great pull out of Ruff to be able to get that Mothership Core to be able to throw down energy like that needlessly. 75 energy out the window, so that's just one photon overcharge available currently for Grubby in the defensive. The alternative, of course, if he does push on out with that Mothership Core, he can use that as a recall, but it's again 100 energy for that recall, so he can't throw down a Time Warp and a recall. It's only one or the other at this particular point in time. Ruff's still looking pretty darn strong. Economy is close, but surprisingly, Grubby has pulled ahead. Now he's finally up on 2 bases, 43 workers in total, as opposed to the 30 of Ruff. Ruff has had his base up longer, but that being said, mules are keeping him in the game easily. As you can see, 1,100, 1,200, up to spikes up to 1,500 minerals a minute, and there is an awful lot of units working their way across the map. We have Reapers, we have Marines, we have Marauders here, as Grubby literally only has a small handful of Stalkers trying to take that high ground there. Mothership Core does get the photon overcharge down, but that Nexus is under fire and is going to get shut down very, very quickly indeed. So there goes that advantage. You can see the Guardian Shields going up on the sentries as well. Unfortunately, it does fall as well. And it's now up to Grubby's unbelievably fast hands and a big GG. And Blink Micro is not enough to keep him alive in this particular fight. And Ruff is victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, please check us out, IvDgaming.com as well as IvDgaming.tv. Also, please check out our sponsors, MSI, CM Storm, and Natverk Technic. My name is Nightshade. We'll be back in a little bit. Check us out on YouTube, of course. Take care. Bye.